they've been playing well. So it was a hard-fought game. A lot of things we'll look back at and have to correct tomorrow, but just feel good about our players showing the grit necessary in that fourth quarter and making some plays to get us in the end zone finally, and then also keeping them out. And it didn't come easy in any phase, so we're just thrilled to get the victory.
What did you see on that last play?
So the officials say it was incomplete. And, it was a great relief.
What about Coker's play today?
I thought he really did a great job. He stepped up big for us. A week ago, James Morris jumped in there and did a great job, and I thought he played well again today. And certainly Marcus was called upon today, and really carried more than his share of the load. Thought it was really the first extensive time that he's had, and it was impressive. And we're talking about freshmen. I'll throw Mike Meyer in there too. That last field goal, it was not a routine chip shot. He really came up big there too. And I know he missed one earlier in the game, so he showed some resiliency there by coming back and getting a critical field goal for us.
Stanzi had it together on the last drive.
Yeah, we moved the ball the better part of the first half, but really obviously struggled inside the 20, and I thought that was a big part of the storyline today. Was their ability to really shut us down inside the 20, rendered us pretty much ineffective, and so that was really the story of the game up until that last series, and then Ricky threw, I think it was 3 nice passes, and we finally came up with a big play, something we hadn't been able to do all day long either, and so those points were certainly big, to get a touchdown rather than just a field goal, and I think we were all thrilled about that.
And it was McNutt again.
Yeah, Marvin's he's done a great job, and he continues to improve, and we needed a play so badly at that point, so it was great to see those guys hook up.
How frustrating was it to be able to move the ball as well as you guys did until you got inside the 20?
It's a big part of football, and that's something we've done pretty well defensively. We've played pretty well down inside the 20, and then conversely, up until today, we've been pretty successful, getting in there and converting on the touchdown front. Today, clearly, we just didn't have much success, and had we lost the game, to me, that would have been the story of the game, our inability to come out of it with touchdowns. And I can't explain it other than they just did a great job playing defense, and they mixed their calls a little bit. Credit goes to them. They played well all day long.
On the touchdown to McNutt, was that based on something you kind of seen developing through the game, or what led you to make that call?
It was just a little bit of a shot play, I guess. Yeah, certainly everything we call, especially in the second half, is based off what we saw in the first half. And we had a near miss to Durrell. I believe that was in the fourth quarter too. I think it was one to our right there. So when you hit those big plays, it's great. And when you miss them, it's painful. So it was good that we finally got one. We sure needed one at that point.
So Ricky had a little bit of different. You guys be more aggressive in the last series. I mean, three passes. I think that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, I mean, we had time to run the ball a little bit, but we needed to move it. So and he was clearly in a rhythm. And really found a good place there and put 3 nice balls on the money. And I'm not sure we anticipated scoring 3 plays. That wasn't necessarily we designed. Nobody was unhappy about that, certainly, but just how it worked out. But he's a fifth-year senior who's been playing well and continues to play well. And more importantly, I think gives us a lot of leadership out there, a lot of calm. All the players believe in him, and I think one thing this entire year, we feel like if we got the ball last, we're going to have at least a shot to get it done. Whether or not we do it or not, that's a different story. But I think there's a confidence here with our football team right now.
You talk about
Myers' kick there from 42 yards out. What did that tell you about him to see him be able to bounce back like he did, especially from missing the chip shot earlier in the game?
Same thing. I don't think if we didn't believe in him, we wouldn't put him out there for that attempt. But basically all season long, he's climbing the ladder. And when he does make a mistake, he typically comes right back. He's got the ability to flush it. And if you're a kicker or one of those noticeable positions, you better have that ability. He seems to have that. And I think it says an awful lot about him. So the one he hit up at Michigan, and then certainly the one today, those are both big fourth quarter field goals, and neither one were easy. So it's a real credit to Mike.
How do you account for all the penalty problems in the 9th game of the season?
Well, I think those things tend to come and go. We were pretty sharp in that department, like we were sharp in everything last week. And we had 5 or 6 in the first half. You probably could tell me better than I know, but when you have those, and they're typical things, illegal blocking, the kicking game, right down the list. So those things affect the game, and we had enough things stacked up certainly in the first half, third quarter as well, that really put the game in doubt for us in the fourth quarter.
What can you tell?
Playing a good, aggressive team that's playing aggressively, that's not a good thing.
All right. What can you tell us about Adam Robinson's status at this point and for next
Expect
week?
him to practice on Tuesday. I think he's doing fine. There's a silver lining here. He's well rested. He got a week off. He hasn't been hit in a week, and should be ready to go for the last 3 games.
What about Adam Geddes?
Hoping he'll be ready. Hoping. I think he's got a chance. We had Adam and Tyler out today, so Tyler's not coming back. He's going to be out for the season. It's really tough. You just feel bad for the individuals anytime there's injuries involved. He's played so well. He had a position where he had a guy play well for 3 years. So, that's it's one more of those little things you have to adjust. But we're doing it on the fly. Every team in football is dealing with the same kind of issues. So, challenges can you deal with them and find a positive.
Can you talk about your linebacker play, and when did you settle on Shane at outside?
Well, pretty much when we knew Tyler was out, we had a couple options, and the first 2 we considered were Shane and also Jeff Tarpinian. I think, on a positive front, we're losing some guys on a positive front. Jeff continues to make strides, and we envision him having a bigger role with each week, so that's a good thing. And getting Jeremiah back this week gave us the flexibility of maybe toying with some combinations, and we'll probably keep doing that. Once we quit getting guys hurt, we'll probably just keep fooling around with that stuff.
What would you say about the play of Greenwood and Micah Hyde today?
I thought it was good. I thought, our guys competed back there. We gave up some passes, certainly, but they competed. We got our hands on some balls. We couldn't finish many of those. That would have made a difference, too. But, it seemed like we were close on a lot of things.
Got a lot of tips.
Yeah, a lot of tips, and just, couldn't quite. It's kind of how the day went. And I'm not saying it's like the 0-2 game over here, but somewhat similar. Nothing was easy. Everything was tough and, really contested on the field. And, it's November. You're playing in the conference. You're on the road. You've got to expect that. And if you don't, you're a fool. It's just what it comes down to. And, can you handle these kind of situations? Can you survive? And today we survived. That's an important thing.
Coach, can you just comment on what picking up your 100th win means today?
Not an awful lot, I got to tell you. It's good. I don't mean that. The honest truth is I wish we got it like 3 years ago. I'll be honest there. Maybe 5 years ago. If I was Joe Paterno, I would have had it, 8 years ago probably, but I'm not. That's pretty clear. So, it's a big thing, but it's not near as big as winning today. That's the most important thing is us to get our 4th win in the conference. That's really what we're focused on.
What's it like being a coach on that 4th and 10, 30 seconds left in the game, game's on the line,
It's hard.
watching it?
It's hard. I'm sure that's just like every player on our sidelines and every player on the field. I'm sure our stomachs were, tight. And, it's an anxious moment. It's like before the game, you're anxious too. I don't care how long you've been in it. I got to think that's how you always feel. And you just, you hope everybody gets the job done. And you're playing a team that's pretty good, so nothing easy there.
Did you think he had caught it?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I was hoping, it was closer than I would have liked to know that. But it's great to see the official signal it incomplete.
Was this sort of a combo of maybe being a little flat and going against a team that really had nothing to lose?
I think more than saying they had nothing to lose, I think they were playing to win. And they've been doing that. And I'll say this. I think Bill and his staff do an excellent job. We knew back basically in January, in our opinion, this team has as good a skill players as you're going to find. 3 excellent receivers. Chapel's played really at a high level, and they're very innovative with what they do offensively. They're tough to defend, very tough to defend. So we knew that was going to be tough. Again, we were hopeful we'd score more touchdowns today. I think the biggest thing, I won't call it a surprise, but that's the thing. I thought we'd execute better in the red zone. We didn't. So that's what ends up happening. But when you play a 12-game season, when you play a conference that's competitive and tough, and when you play on the road, if you think things like this aren't going to happen again, you're a fool. It's how you handle these kind of games. Can you come out on the right side? If you do, you got a chance to have a good season. If you don't, It's all the what-if game. It's about what it shakes out to conference play typically.
Coach Marcus Coker